You're back on the air with the Restaurant Brokers, and that sound means it's time for our last segment, Restaurant Reality. That's where we go in depth about the tough topics in this industry that no one really wants to talk about. We provide our listener with firsthand accounts on buying or selling a restaurant and everything in between. So, Eric, we've been talking about innovation. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. I think this is one of the most innovative field in this world. I mean, the restaurant people in the food service industry, restaurateurs are so amazingly creative, and from menus to decor to the way they treat people. I mean, it's a daily emergence of new things. And today was just a good sample, small, of some of the people that have made this to a level that is probably a few notches above and beyond most of the industry, which is a very high bar. Don't get me. This is very, very hard to achieve because everybody every day does things differently. I mean, we've learned today from Bill at Shumash that 59% of all their waste now is kind of recycled or repurposed or everything, and that's unbelievable. I mean,
I know. I thought that point that he made, go through the trash. Wow, how simple is that? But how innovative they have taken all of that trash flowing through their systems and taken 60% of it out of the equation. And that's a very simple thing that anyone listening today that either owns a restaurant or plans to own a restaurant could do. And think about opening up a restaurant with this fabulous new farm-to-table menu where you had your own farm that you grew, like the folks at Kennesaw State, and you did this re-nutrient process to the soil, so you're delivering all these great nutrients back into the food. So you're serving superfoods in a great environment with very little waste. You combine that with service and a great chef, and you've got a recipe for success.
Yeah, I mean, we always look for that secret sauce. I mean, everybody talks about that ingredients, and everybody tells you, oh, my restaurant, I got a better hamburger than the guy down the street. That's not very a secret. The secret is, a lot of it is how you do simple things a lot better than everybody else. And that's what this secret is about. I mean, you may think, Robin just mentioned, hey, have your own garden. You may be listening right now in New York, Chicago, San Diego, says, I'm in the middle of an urban area. I can do my own garden. Well, guess what? There is actually wall gardens, indoor wall gardens that I've seen at some restaurants. There's also, you can take milk crate, which are literally 2 feet by 2 feet, and start planting some herbs in it and start having your own garden. It doesn't have to be. You can do a rooftop of your building. Go ask your landlord and see if there is a way to use that for putting some things on the roof. You have to be creative. One thing that they said today, Bill said today, talk to your vendors and your supplier on how to be innovative. You talk about coffee grinds that they recycle. I mean, I did not know anything about that, but I'm sure if you call your coffee supplier and says, hey, have you seen any program that do recycle coffee and everything, they may be able to tell you a direction to go.
Well, and I think that what we don't want to lose sight of, the reality is, yes, it's the right thing to do for the environment. And yes, it can be a marketing handle or a hook that you talk to your clients about and you talk about in your business plan, and that, it's a good feel good. But the other reality is it's a money saver. When you cut down on waste and you really look at your supply chain, every single element of it, when you resell that fuel that they're reselling at the Shumash Casino and it starts going into someone's vehicle, you just took something that you were being charged to carry off and you turned it into a money-making aspect. That's a pretty darn good reality.
Yeah, and share the good news with your client, your customers, your suppliers. Explain to people. A lot of people say, hey, I'm farm to table. Okay, but if you have once in a while, maybe Farmer Joe comes to your restaurant and greet customers and talk about the way he, handled the cattle, or he handled, whatever he's raising, or the way they raise their crop, or what happened this past year. You know what? The corn's a little sweeter this year, man, because, we had a bit more sun than rain. If there's more sun than rain, it'd be sweeter. If we have more rain, it'd be a little more on the bland side. So involve the customers. Engaging the customers in what we do is very important in this business, because they're the one that's going to keep coming back. They're the one that actually give you the dollars to keep going. And I think just not telling them, oh, this is a farm to table, organic from ABC Farm, that's great. But if you can involve them, if you can't have them to come to your place, now iPads are very affordable. I have iPads at your table, or while you're waiting for your food. We talk about waiter interaction today. Joe talked about, hey, increased waiter interaction time. You may not be there yet. Why can you get an iPad, put on the table, and have Farmer Joe talking about his farm and have a video of his farm or something, or educational video that says, hey, this is where our food comes from. These are ideas that are not that costly that would actually make some changes in a positive way to your business.
And I think the problem that I see really is that so many times restaurants get open, they start with a bang, they're out there for 2 or 3 or 4 years, and then they get so immersed in the business that they become very, very tactical. It's about solving for today, and they either become complacent, overwhelmed, or otherwise unable somehow to bring in that creative energy that it takes to really be strategic. And I mean, I would say put it out there as an option for your restaurant. Put it out there. Say, if we were going on the national stage to win an award like this, what would we have to do to win? And throw it out there to everybody in the restaurant, all the way from the guy who busses the table to the bar back to the servers. You would be amazed at the ideas that folks will come up with, and then share with those ideas and those energy, and just bring this new round of innovation and imagination to your restaurant. That can make a really stunning difference in the life of a restaurateur.
Absolutely. We say oftentimes it takes a village to make a change. In this case, it's right. You may have the greatest ideas, the greatest energy, but it takes your team. Jennifer said that her team had made great changes. Bill said the same thing. Their team, Dickie Brennan's restaurants, their team had made changes. They adopted it, embraced it, support it, promote it. And so you can come up with a great idea, and your staff goes to you and says, man, you are just way out there for us. Well, 2 things are going to have to happen. You're going to have to change your staff, or you're going to face consequences of failure or not having a positive impact. So speaking of that, Robin, let's talk about some of the restaurants that maybe will need some changes or freshen up or things like that. It could be innovative in the future here that we have listed.
If you go to our website, WeSellRestaurants.com, we have tons of restaurant listings out there. But I took a look at a few that are doing really well, that are priced at a point where someone could take them over and be amazingly creative and turn them from what they are now into something else. So, for example, we have a bakery for sale in Georgia that has been featured on national TV. I mean, they've already got a starting point there. This is perfect if you want a low-stress environment that's filled with sweets, and that makes everyone happy. And that one is on the market for less than $80,000.
Wow, that's a pretty good deal. Jennifer was talking about juice bars and health smoothies and everything. It made me think of this listing. We do have a smoothie cafe for sale inside of a gym. Can't get healthier than that. For those of you out there that are really into health and fitness and passion for it, that is a great thing. Guess what's the best part about this?
What is it?
Free rent. Free rent. Best word that you guys heard. Yeah, do not drive over the road if you are in your car right now. Free rent for 4 years. Now go ahead, drive over the road. 4 years of free rent over there. That is unbelievable. That's right. You can own your own business in the health club, in the smoothie business that is, ready to operate and now I have no rent for 4 years. And you can buy all this. And it's a franchise, so you can have some of the support of knowledge of others to help you get started. $59,995, Robin.
Wow, that's unbelievable. Well, it's not just those 2 listings. We have another listing on the market, several of them, just sandwich shops, cafes. They need your imagination and innovation to take them to the next level. Today's show, we've been talking about imagination and innovation all day. You're listening to Eric and Robin Gagnon. We're the Restaurant Brokers. Catch us online at WeSellRestaurants.com. Be sure and check out our Twitter feed, where we'll be connecting you this week with the innovators in the restaurant industry, as National Restaurant Association called it. This is Eric and Robin Gagnon, and we are the Restaurant Brokers.